I'll be sharing with you some of the toughest football transfer making the biggest headline for this week. And of course, beginning with the first player here, who is Sandro Tonali, will be transferred directly from Newcastle to Tottenham. This is one of the biggest transfers so far and is worth over £100 million. In fact, they believed that Sandro Tonali is going to make a big difference in the upcoming Premier League by signing him so early for this particular time. He has been one of the best midfielder from the Italian league. And I can tell you, this is one of the biggest transfer for Tottenham so far. And he has been convinced by the new manager of Tottenham, that is Roberto De Zerbi. In fact, they do believe that signing this midfielder from Italian league, who have just been transferred from Newcastle United to join Tottenham, will bring a major change in the upcoming Premier League. Let's look at the next biggest transfer on this list. We are looking at the next transfer, who is Karim Adeyemi. And of course, this is a new transfer that have been signed and believed that this great player from Borussia Dortmund will be joining Barcelona. You can see he's actually from Germany. He's actually an attacker. And of course, the belief that signing this player to join the Barcelona squad will make a good attacking line to be used for the rebuilding of their squad. In fact, this is one of the players that have just been signed to join Barcelona from Borussia Dortmund. And since they are trying to rebuild their squad and to form a strong formation lineup, they believe signing this player worth over €22 million will make a great decision. Our next biggest transfer is the signing of Monga, Jeremy Monga, who is to now join Manchester City. In fact, this player is from Leicester City, and the decision made by Pep Guardiola believed that investing heavily on young stars like this could secure a great future for the upcoming games. And the signing of this player have made a great deal, and we believe that this talented player, who is actually a young star, will bring great change in this team for the upcoming tournament. Let's look at the next biggest transfer list. The next biggest transfer window list is this Portuguese winger, who is Rafael Leao, who have now been offered to Tottenham for a deal and now actually an AC Milan player. And to tell you so far, this is one of the biggest winger who, of course, based on his goal-scoring creativity and ability, makes him one of Europe's biggest attack. In fact, this player being offered to Tottenham is still a deal which is we are going to be following up so far, and it remains the position of Tottenham to decide if at all to sign this player or not. So we are actually still following up. This is going to be one of the biggest transfers so far in this week upcoming. So we are going to be following this up for this transfer. Stay tuned as we are going to update the list. The next biggest transfer so far, which we are monitoring, is the transfer of Mohamed Salah. In fact, he's been termed as the Egyptian king, and it is one of the biggest rumors so far that is actually roaming around the net for his transfer. And teams like Saudi Arabia and the Major League Soccer, USA, is actually targeting and monitoring his situation so far. We are also keeping up, monitoring and following up this particular transfer window list, which of course we are going to update you once any deal or situation being monitored is being followed so far. It's one of the biggest transfer many people are expecting as the news is roaming all around the net. And of course, we are also looking forward to this. To those of you who don't know, you can maybe tell us what is also your suggestion. If you are going to be so happy if at all teams like Saudi Arabia or USL, that is Major League Soccer, is going to sign this great player. Is it going to be so exciting for you for his transfer from Liverpool to these two teams, either Saudi Arabia or the Major League Soccer? What is your think, or what is your own idea about if at all the transfer is going to be a prominent one and a successful transfer? Will you be happy so far? Because now he remains one of Liverpool's greatest goal scorer, and of course he maintained that title of being so. And his transfer from this club to other clubs will really be, I don't know how to put it in this term, but tell us in the comment section what you think about if at all this transfer is going to happen. Let's look at the next biggest window transfer so far, which we are monitoring for this upcoming week. We are now looking at another biggest transfer window by Arsenal, who are actually eyeing two major attacking players. In fact, they are trying to prepare for the upcoming Premier League, and the first player they are trying to look is Bradley Barcola, who is actually a forwarder. They are trying to build their squad in an attacking line, preparing for the upcoming Premier League. And another major player they are trying to target is this particular player, who is Morgan Rogers, a midfielder from Aston Villa. They are trying to build their midfield and also their attacking line for the major upcoming Premier League event. These are two major players who, of course, Arsenal is trying to eye to see how they can bring them in the Arsenal club for preparing of the upcoming Premier League. So these are some of the top major transfer, which of course is roaming around for this upcoming window. Another biggest transfer window is the Man City player Grealish, who of course is battling between the decision of either to remain in Man City to fight to try to retain his position or to move elsewhere to another club to see how he can begin from there. In fact, it is one of the highest transfer talked about windows, which they are talking about trying to see if he could make crucial decision, if at all, to remain at Man City or to make another move to elsewhere club. In fact, based on the major stories being talked about, especially linking to Everton, this is one of the major rumors around the net so far. And so far, another biggest transfer is Senstor, who have just been signed in for Newcastle United, and this is one of Ajax's top player in the midfielder. His offense have been so great in the major tournament played in the Ajax. In fact, his coming to Newcastle is believed to be a prominent decision and a better one, who is going to contribute in the upcoming of this play in the squad line of Newcastle attacking line. Now we are looking at the next biggest transfer window, who is actually Ederson. This is an Atalanta midfielder who is to be taken in by Manchester United. In fact, they believe that this midfielder is going to cause a great change in the squad attacking lineup, and they are trying to rebuild and strengthen the strength of their offensive line in the upcoming Premier League, which is actually upcoming. So what do you think about the signing of this player? The deal is actually prominent, and of course, negotiations are still going on, and the result so far is being believed to be amazing so far. In fact, we'll update you on this list once any decisions or any signing so far have been concluded. So stay tuned while we update this for you. And now we're going to round up with the next transfer, which is actually by Chelsea. So far, Chelsea remain one of the biggest clubs who is so busy in the signings of major players who have just added to their teams. And of course, they have a lot of players who have just joined the Chelsea team. Like, for example, they have actually joined Emmanuel. As you can see, this is Emmanuel, one of the players who have just joined. And in fact, you can see this is the player here. And you can see the deal to sign Emmanuel Emega from League One was first announced in 2025 and you can see now joining Chelsea ahead of 2026-2027 season. In fact, this deal has been done already. And another, which of course Chelsea still add to their group, is Giovanni, who of course have also just joined. As you can see, Giovanni joined Chelsea ahead of 2026-2027 season, signing a contract until 2034. And another great player also have also joined their list, who is Marco. You can see Marco, also the transfer of the Italian international player from the Serie A, have also signed in through 2033. And other great players who are still to be here is the Kazakhstan player from the Premier League, who is actually Dastan Sapev, and also another one who, of course, Dene, and of course, also this is a Brazilian who have actually also to join Chelsea. And of course, these are some of the major transfer so far windows. And now, to those of you who actually want to learn top strategy for match predictions to include in sleep for maximizing their wins, we have top-notch tutorials that teach you exactly how to predict games to include in sleeps, which of course we have relevant links below this video. We all believe that we all, as we are fans of this, when it concerns football, we actually sometimes try to see how we can make some great deals of match predictions to include in slips for maximizing our wins. In fact, we are pro at this level where we provide you with top tutorials on how to match predict or to predict games to include in slips to maximize your wins. We have top-notch tutorials in terms of corner kicks, goal probability strategy, straight wins, and also live events like live games for corner kicks and yellow card, also statistics and strategy, which can benefit you. In fact, all of these have been covered. And if you want to see more of it, then you want to make sure to follow relevant links below this video. We also provide top-notch career skills to those of you who are interested to take career skills for web development and design, SEO and search engine optimization, digital marketing, and also affiliate marketing and many more when it concerns the digital world. If you want to learn top skills related to this, then of course you also want to follow relevant links below this video, and you can easily reach to us for these tutorials. See you in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.